to a lot of these videos that Afro-Nazis, these black Maoris, make about Polynesian. I start off by saying, why do a lot of African Americans, especially Fijians, want to make this lying history of Polynesia? And firstly, I would say it's because, number one, there is no such thing as Polynesian beauty, right? Okay, so we'll just go through this video. Okay, let's go through it.
As to how the Pacific Islands are populated, because I'm showing you these pictures.
She's going to show us the pictures. Let's have a look.
So that you can understand more about who the Polynesian.
Okay, firstly, the first picture that she showed are not Polynesians. We all Polynesians watching this is why I said stop making accusations of who Polynesians are. You can clearly just tell by just looking at their features. They're not Polynesians. They are Negritos. Okay, let's go.
More about who the Polynesian people, as they are called, Hawaiian people, Fiji, Tonga.
Fijians are Melanesians.
Islands out here in the middle of the ocean, some of the last places on the planet to be.
Okay, let's have a look at this photo they put up, the Queen of Hawaii. And let's have a look at Hawaiian today. Does she look Melanesian to you?
Populated by humans. How did they get here?
And now she shows the picture of the royal family of Fiji, not even realizing that this man right here is a cannibal, well-known cannibal, and is related to the Tongans and the Samoan royal family.
I googled.
I mean, we'll show you how actual Fijians really look like compared to them. And what I'm trying to say, if you look at his features, his nose, his lips, looks very close to someone who is mixed with Polynesian ancestry.
Maps, like basically saying map Hawaii.
Again,
or things that you connect.
Again, they are mixed Samoan, Tongan, Fijians. This is how real Fijians would look like, Melanesians look like.
This area of the Pacific with the African population.
Let's put it up.
The bottom line now, because there's no maps like that online, and the way that history is written is to elude you. Basically, what they will tell you is that the spread of people over here began like 3,000 years ago. They began to spill out of the island chains of Indonesia, Melanesia, and the Philippines, and into the volcanic islands of the Pacific Ocean. So what they don't tell you is who was living in the Philippines and Melanesia. Look at the name Melanesia, Indonesia.
Okay, number one, this picture here, this is the problem with black people. They put an image of a Melanesian. That's not a Melanesian woman. This is a photoshopped picture. Look at her hair. That's not Melanesian hair. That's not actually how Melanesian look like. But this is how they try to picture it. They're trying to beautify the Melanesian people when they have no idea of why they were called Melanesian. In fact, I did a video about the original name of the Melanesian people were Oceanic Negroes, okay? Go look it up.
Because we know India, the history of India, the Nakshanta people, Indus Valley. So Indonesia, Melanesia, and the Philippines, they don't say who these people were. So they scattered out about 3,000 years.
Do they even realize, like a short history, like the IQ of some of these black people is amazing, right? I only got 10 minutes to do this, so might be a 2-part video. But do they even realize that the Indus Valley, these people had written language when most Samoans, Tongans, Fijians, Melanesian, Polynesian, we never had a written language. the Indus Valley, we would have had a written language. We don't have it. These people had gold. We never had gold. They were creating metal. We don't have metal. We never created it.
And then later they mentioned that a few habitable Pacific islands were never found until Europeans entered the ocean. See how they just talk about way later Europeans entered the ocean and some uninhabitable islands were discovered. What they don't say is if that happened later, then who was in the ocean before the Europeans entered the ocean? And that's the elusive. It's a way of giving history that avoids the truth. Like they'll talk.
The thing is, I really hate it when black people make BS about this. Because in the end of the day, when I show you a picture of a Polynesian woman, and I tell you exactly who does she resemble more, do they resemble the people of South America, Southeast Asia, or do they resemble the people in Melanesia? Do they look like a blend of Polynesia and Melanesia? Which, here, I'll show you a picture of what a Polynesian looks like, okay? And you have to understand that that woman that you see there was not seen by early Europeans as a form of beauty.
Talk about when the Europeans came out sailing around, but they won't talk about who were these people 3,000 years ago and riding around in these amazing boats, these amazing sailboats, voyaging out into the middle of the ocean. Who were they? Because it's not until later that the Europeans popped out and started to discover stuff, which is so funny. How are you going to discover stuff?
Okay, here's the thing. I can see straight away by the way that she's making these comments that she's got something against European people. This is why I really am strongly wanting someone stop having that black man's mentality. Understand that all human beings, no matter what, we have all gone through some sort of hardships in life. And she keeps showing the same photos over and over again, okay? But the point that I'm trying to make, right, and I'm trying to try and educate people on the internet, especially those who are African American, is that try and take your bias, your hatred, whatever it is that you have towards what white people have done to you, and try and study history for what it is. And look at the writings of the early Europeans, and you'll find that the Polynesians and the Melanesians were never seen as the same race.
Hundreds and hundreds, sometimes thousands.
And again, look at this. For someone keep showing the same pictures over and over again, she's trying to show features of Polynesians within Melanesia, which is BS. Here, this is a picture of how Melanesians look like.
Is never told. It's there because they have to include it because their timelines wouldn't make any sense. But what they do is they leave out who they're talking about.
Okay, I'll do another part soon. My time's going to be finishing soon, so my 10 minutes, yeah. I'll do part 2 later on.